Hey guys, what's going on? It's Tim Kearns and welcome back to another video. So today, obviously, we have a Rivals video for you, but this has been something I've wanted to talk about for a very, very long time. I just haven't really gotten around to doing it because I'm lazy, so... here's what I want to talk about tonight. Today has to do with the competitive scene from Rivals, because the competitive scene right now is just complete and utter dog shit. I mean, it might be one of the worst competitive scenes I've played in a minute. Now, that's not to say I'm not having fun. I am. I play the game every day. I think I've got over 450 hours on the game. So I play this game quite a bit, and I'm also in the Grandmaster rank, so I think I've got a little bit of leeway to talk about this. But, you know, anyway, let's get into my thoughts. So the first thing I want to say is I absolutely despise the egos in this game. Everyone thinks they're the best DPS. Everyone thinks that they're the best healer in the game.
We have 4 DPSs. Can we get a support or a tank?
I'm gonna be the Punisher, baby!
Oh, please!
And when things don't go their way, they just either completely give up or refuse to swap off.
Oh, dang it! Well, I'm out of here. Goodbye, everyone.
And this goes for Spider-Man, this goes for Iron Fist, this goes for pretty much any dive character who gets countered immediately by Namor, by the Thing, doesn't matter. I have seen this so many times, and I'm so frustrated by the fact that these people cannot firmly grasp in their mind that they might not be the best player on the team.
Firmly grasp it!
They might not be the best player on the team, and they're not going to be the ones to carry because they think that they're the best player on the planet. And look, I know that I'm not the best player either. I get that, right? But I will also understand if I'm getting diffed, I need to switch off, right? If I'm playing Gambit, and Gambit, if I'm getting just absolutely smoked in the backline, maybe it's time for somebody else to play Gambit. Or if I'm playing tank, like Magneto here, and I'm getting absolutely destroyed, maybe I need to play healer or play a DPS or something that can change. But people with their egos in this game oftentimes just don't do that because they just, I don't know, I just think that they think that they're better than they actually are, and admitting that they're wrong would be worse than losing. Because for some of them it is worse than losing. I mean, they would rather lose the game entirely than switch off of the character that is causing us to lose the game. Now, I've got tons of examples of this happening. I'm not going to put them on blast because genuinely it's more times than I can count. I mean, they should rename this to Ego Rivals because that's genuinely what this game is at this point in comp. I can't tell you the last time, aside from the gameplay you're seeing here, where somebody wasn't complaining, or sorry, somebody wasn't doing poorly and swapping off. Because in this gameplay you're seeing right now, we had a team that understood, hey, at the beginning of the game Storm wasn't working, so we moved off the Storm. Obviously right here they're still playing Storm, but towards the end of the game they'll be playing Punisher because we need something to deal with the Groot walls, right? I've been in so many lobbies where it's been a Spider-Man getting countered by Namor, like I said already, or an Iron Fist being countered. Actually, any of the dive characters, like I already said, that are being countered by these different characters, and the refusal to swap is just like, I don't get it, right? Like, they don't want to hear that they're wrong. That's enough of me rambling about egos, and more time for me to talk about the current competitive state. I think the 3 bans is fantastic. I love the 3 bans. I think that adding 3 bans was a great way to, with the hero pool the way it is, really get some different bans in the game itself. The problem I'm seeing with these bans is that people just want to ban the good healers and leave Rocket and Loki and all these different dogshit healers available. And in reality, we need the better healers because, you know, we can't do anything about healing when we have secondary healers all over the place. In this game, I didn't record it, but the ban phase was consisted of a Cloak and Dagger and a Gambit ban. Now, I'm not saying those characters aren't busted, because they absolutely are, but there's absolutely ways to counter them. And that's kind of what the dive characters are for. But at the same time, I always ban dive characters. I ban Daredevil, I ban Magic, I ban Iron Fist, Black Panther. Don't even get me started on a good Black Panther. A good Black Panther will make you want to absolutely delete this game and never play it ever again.
Tremble before fast!
Double kill!
On this code!
That's 3! Wow!
A good Black Panther will absolutely destroy your backline, Namor or not. And so I think that there needs to be some real big sweeping changes with the dive characters in this game, because of just genuinely how busted they are. And when Black Cat comes in, I think one day as I'm recording this, yeah, tomorrow's the 17th, so one day as I'm recording this, we're getting another dive character, and it's just like, how many of these busted dive characters do we actually need in the game to counter these good supports? Because nobody dies in the first place, so the only ones who are living are the dive characters, and we can't even save our backline players because they're fucking dead all the time, because everything in their mom jumps on top of them. Other than that, you know, I think that the general consensus is that we have a lot of we have a lot of DPS, a lot of dive, and not a lot of good, useful, viable tanks.
That's a tank!
A lot of good, useful, viable tanks. So I can't tell you the last time I saw, you know, half the tanks in comp. I mean, it's genuinely Magneto, Doctor Strange, Groot, Emma. I'm trying to think who else. I mean, tank pool barely even gets played. So does Sorry, not Spider-Woman. Penny Parker barely gets played. Rogue barely gets played in these levels.
Oh my god, who the hell cares?
Cap barely gets played in these high levels. I mean, it's just, there's a lot of dead space for characters that aren't being used to their full potential. Same thing with the strategist too. I think Loki is a really fun character to play, but you can't play him because you get a Moon Knight on the other team who just absolutely bounces his onks off of people, and it's just free ult charge for the Moon Knight. You know, and I think that these are all worthwhile changes to make. Is we just need sweeping changes for the betterment of competitive play, and I don't know if that's, you know, picks and bans. I think reserved picks or protects would be a fantastic way to flesh this comp scene out a little bit more than it already is, because I think it really is needed, especially with how many characters are being added and the way that these strategists are being targeted. Plus, same thing too, like if you like a dive character, if you're a Spider-Man main and you only play Spider-Man, because that seems to be 99% of the players I get with, same thing for Iron Fist, then maybe if you're the highest elo, you get to protect the Iron Fist or the Spider-Man, so I can't ban it. I don't know, it's these things that Smite, and that's bad when I'm comparing the game to Smite. Smite has this in their competitive scene where they pick and they ban the characters they want at the beginning of the game, and it's based off of elo, right? So the highest elo gets to pick or protect one first, then on the other team somebody gets to protect, then you ban, protect, and then ban. So I think also limiting the amount of supports that can be banned, or maybe having a ban system where it's based on you know, how many tanks are in the game or how many DPS are in the game. So like, think of it like this, like what if we had it to where, because there's 26 DPS in the game, what if we got to ban, I don't know, 6 DPS, and then we got to ban 2 of everything else, right? Think about how much different the gameplay would be if we just got those minor little changes to the pick and ban system. I love the pick and ban system. I think it's one of the best ideas in any competitive game. especially a hero shooter like this. I think it's really important to be able to pick and ban different characters. But I just think with the way that things are right now, I just don't see a world where we can just keep 3 unless we are actively kind of tuning and adjusting. I think there's some really big tunes that need to be done. I think that a lot of characters need to be nerfed in a big way.
It is nerf or nothing.
I also think there's a lot of characters that need to be buffed in a big way. But I also don't think that Spider-Man and Iron Fist and now Black Cat and Magic and Black Panther and stop me if the list is getting too long.
Rest in peace, my granny, she got hit by a bazooka, yeah.
Need to be getting any of these buffs because they're just so busted and they just make everyone's game so miserable that there just needs to be a ban all dive characters option. And if we had 6 bans on DPS, I'm pretty sure no dive character would ever be able to be played ever again. But I don't know, I'm just kind of rambling on at this point, but I just wanted to get that off my chest. I'm really upset with the egos in this game, how nobody wants to play for the team, how it's all very and I'm not new to this competitive scene. I know that's how it is. It's the inability to admit when we're wrong, but I don't know, it's something that's been getting on my nerves, and I can't tell you how many games I've lost because people just refuse to swap. When they could have swapped, and who knows, maybe we would have won the game. I don't know. But anyway, this is a really good mag game of mine, so I'm gonna let it play out. And yeah, this is the end of the rambling for me. But if you enjoyed and want to see more content like this, just let me know in the comments below and leave a like, subscribe. And yeah, I guess that's all. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.
Disappear!